Hey everyone, so in this video I am going to show you how to look for stock images to use as well as how to open them up. So um, for stock images you could just do a simple search for stock images, and there are a lot of sites out there that have them. I would always add the word free in front of it just so that your search is a little more specific. Um, I personally like a couple different sites. A lot of these ones, they say they're free, but they're not free. But the sites that I personally like are unsplash.com, Pexels, and then sometimes Pixabay is also a good one too. So in a different tab, I am going to go to unsplash.com. This is my personal favorite one. And in unsplash.com, there are a bunch of different featured options. You can simply search for options up at the top. So let's go ahead and just do a random search. So if you typed in the word landscape, there's a bunch of different images for landscape. Now, what's nice about Unsplash is that they have even more filters. So if you were like, oh, I didn't think about a space landscape, you can have a space landscape for your picture. So in unsplash.com, again, these are free to use. If you were using these in a professional setting or in a college setting, you would have to attribute that, but we don't worry about that in this class. So if you see something you like, you can click on it and kind of look at it up in a closer view. But to download them, there are two different ways to download. You can either hit download free button, or you can just hover over the image and hit the down arrow, which means to download. So we're going to go ahead and click that. You'll notice here in the bottom left-hand side of my screen, it's going to download. And we're going to open that up in Photoshop. As you can see, mine is defaulted to open up in Photoshop. If yours is not for any reason, what you can do is you can take what you downloaded. Let me go ahead and bring that up. And then take this little download stuff, drag and drop it to your desktop so that it's easy to find. And so that your image always defaults to open up in Photoshop, you can just right click on that item and then go to Open With, choose another app, scroll all the way down, go to More Apps, and then just keep scrolling until you find Photoshop. But mine's already has Photoshop on there. But when you do find Photoshop, you want to check always use this app to open JPEG files. So like I said, mine's already defaulted. But again, once you click on it, make sure you check mark this box so that this makes it really easy so that all you have to do is double click on the image and Photoshop is going to load automatically into your Photoshop. So that's pretty easy. So let's check out some of these other sites here. Unsplash.com is really great for your pictures. If you need images of portraits of people, you can just search for portraits and download those. So for example, if you wanted to use this portrait here for a project, all you would have to do is click the download free button. It downloads down here at the bottom. And because you have it defaulted to open it in Photoshop, all you have to do is click on it. And then it's going to automatically load in Photoshop. So I'm going to go ahead and exit there. All right, so that's unsplash.com. Let's check out two more sites. This is Pexels and Pixabay. So I'm just going to right click on it and open it in a new tab this time. This is very similar to unsplash.com. You can search for photos in the search engine. If you have no idea what you want to do for your project, you can always just go to Discover and look at stuff as inspiration. So, for example, if you really like nature photography, you can scroll through and maybe you are really inspired. Let's see, view more nature photography photos. Maybe you are really inspired by these images of clouds. This looks very similar to unsplash.com, to where all you have to do is hit free download. It downloads in the bottom left-hand corner, and then you just click on it to open it up. So that is Pexels. The last one we're going to look at is Pixabay. Same exact kind of interface. This site does have some more like graphic cartoon looking images that you can use for your design stuff, which is another option. It doesn't have to be realistic stuff. But the reason why we want to use stock images is because we don't want to infringe on some copyright laws. So that is just a quick run through of stock images. Sometimes the images that you are least expecting are the ones that are going to inspire you to make art. So if you have any questions, feel free to email me.